Yeah, good morning and a happy new year to everyone in the house. This is me, your brother, your friend, Human Steven on the show. Remember, guys, I told you yesterday that we'll be going into a very new things in this coming week. And today is going to be a very interesting one. I wanted to just pick your phones, please. Share. So if you are still waiting for me on my Facebook page, private Facebook page, please, guys, just quickly run down to Matter Rising with Human Steven, or you go to United Southern Nigeria. You can get me live from there. Breaking news: Sowore have been arrested in Abuja. Today again. I hope that this continuous arrest of Omoyele Sowore is what the nation actually needs at a point like this. Okay, I don't really know why it has become a repeated occurrence for Omoyele Sowore to be picked up at every little opportunity. Please, guys, share the video. Let's bring our friends and let's get our neighbors in. Because if you're still waiting for me on the other channel, please kindly move over to Matter Rising with Human Steven, or go straight to United Southern Nigeria and link up with me there. If you are following me on YouTube, please kindly go to Nigerians YouTube, subscribe to Nigerians, hit the notification button, give us some thumbs up and likes as we begin the show for the year. I'm not going to take much of your time today because I will just try as much as possible to go straight to the point, and if time permits me, do one or two analyses. Then I will allow everyone to go back to their homes, enjoy their new year with their friends, family, wives, concubines, relatives, and acquaintance. Okay, guys, and I believe that year 2021 will be a more better year for us as a nation, as a people, and we almost do our bit and buy to make sure that we are able to bring to bear everything that we have actually worked for as a nation. I would also forget to let you guys know that in a time like this, all we actually needed as a people is to have the unity that we so much desire. Having gone through the rudiments of Buhari's speech this morning, which I'm going to read to yours in a jiffy, you just make a point. One singular point was made in that very particular broadcast, that we are still far from getting the reality from the government of the day. Okay, guys, please, as you're just coming in, press the share button. Let's move on. Give us some likes. Give us some thumbs up. Subscribe to Nigerians YouTube. Then, as we continue today with this very particular show, the first news we are going to have on our desk is the breaking news: Sowore others arrested in Abuja. Sowore others arrested in Abuja. Okay, I'm going to say again, if you are still here waiting for me in my private Facebook page, please kindly go to United Matter Rising with Human Steven on Facebook. Click on that page, you get me there. Or if you are actually also watching me on Niger Watch, please subscribe there, put in your subscription button off so that you can get me live every time I am on live. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's go to this press right now. We're already 5 minutes behind schedule. Breaking news: Sowore others arrested in Abuja. Sowore others arrested in Abuja. Right activist and Amnesty International designated prisoner of conscience, Omoyele Sowore, and other activists in Abuja were carrying out a peaceful procession to mark the new year that have been arrested by the Nigerian security force. Eyewitness saying policemen suspected to be with the Rapid Response Squad stormed Gadu Junction in Abuja, wounding Sowore before cutting him away with other activists at the location. End of the story. Again, Sowore was just picked up yesterday evening, why they were trying to do a peaceful march towards the end of the year. But I don't know why that happened, but it's quite unfortunate that the Nigerian government of today is becoming really, really anti-people. I must say that. And that they are becoming a little bit worrisome when the Nigerian people decide to speak their mind in issues that is bordering on the Nigerian people. I'm going to read some very funny comment. There are a lot of people who came up here writing a lot of things against, the people. If you check the names very carefully, they're actually people from the northern part of the country. One Mahude Nuhu said, "Thank God, may God bless Nigerian force for hunting criminals all over the country. But when it comes to Boko Haram, this guy says nothing, they do nothing." Okay? You call Nigeria a dark country, you will celebrate your new year in a real darkness. Assuring the evil man will not go unpunished, but the descendant of the righteous will be delivered. This was coming from a youth. This was coming from a youth guy, and it's quite pathetic, I must say, the very least. It is quite pathetic, I must say, the least. But this was coming from a youth. The one Job Onu Sudana said, "This Sowore is bent on implementing his hidden agenda. He's misbehaving because he has people sponsoring him with hard currency. Why is he violating government rules with impunity?" This from one Job Sudana. I think these are all Northerners anyways. One Nico Peter Oyendi Kachuku says, "Good news for Sowore. That man lost prison yard with passion. The Nigerian you think you are fighting for will react, haha, on this post." Yeah, this guy just saying that, which is true, they're already reacting, insulting the presence of Omoyele Sowore in this very particular show. The one Odinka Karucha said, "Why arrest him at this time? Why is it difficult for this government to exercise civility and restraint?" My brother, I wonder. There are things sometimes the government needs to overlook because it does not actually make sense. Trying to create unnecessary, issue when the need is not there. Now, one kudos Ola Lekan. It is better a man die for something than die for nothing. Criticism follows immediately from cowards that can die for nothing instead of die for something. Yeah, my brother, it is better to die for something than to die for nothing. Okay, so let's go to the next news now. Your president's speech. If you are here with me right now, please kindly subscribe to our channel. Or if today is your first time of following me, please press the notification button and also follow me on Matter Arising with Yomadi Steven and the United States and Nigeria page. There you can get all the details of today's news, because I will be broadcasting from now on from this page from now on. Well, like I said, during my last few weeks video of 2020. Now we have President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday address Nigerians in a traditional New Year broadcast. In the speech, the president reiterated his commitment to the Nigerian project and urged other Nigerians to do the same. Below is a full text of the president's speech. I'm going to read it verbatim. New Year speech by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1st January 2021. My fellow countrymen and women, first, I would like to thank and praise the Almighty who saw us through the year 2020 and has given us the opportunity to witness the start of another new year. We especially thank God because the year 2020 was one of the most trying years since our existence as a nation. This year can also be said about all other nations around the world due to the challenges posed on our collective humanity by the novel COVID-19 pandemic. While acknowledging that 2020 was a very rough year, we saw this year put to test our national resilience and ability to survive this tough time, and also give renewed hope that we will again brave our storm that lay ahead in 2021 and beyond. As we celebrate the opportunity before us in this new year 2020, we must also acknowledge the passing away of our brothers and sisters who didn't make it into the new year. May their soul rest in perfect peace. We must remember that we also celebrate the heroic occasion of our 60 years as an independent and sovereign nation on October 1st, 2020. In the spirit of hope and gratitude, I would like to remind us again that as a country on a difficult journey to nationhood and greatness, we have confronted the many prudents at home around the world who never gave the newly born country that emerged onto the world stage on October 1st, 1960, a chance of surviving much longer than a few years. Yet, here we are, 61 years by the next anniversary in October. And not only are we here, we are standing tall in the community of nations as one country united under the will of God, and also actively growing that indivisible spirit that has enabled us year after year, decades after decades, to weather all stormy waters and emerge stronger and better where others have fallen and disintegrated. This nation, this Nigeria, will survive and strive. Let me stop there. The survival of Nigeria lies in the hands of these people. If you think Nigeria is going to survive, stop treating some part of the nation as if they miss nothing. Give them the respect that they actually deserve. Stop taking some people as if they are slaves while others are the kings. This is where the problem is coming from. You guys want to get a better Nigeria, but at the detriment of some. Why pick up so when you negotiate with bandits? It's only just doing a peaceful protest. Why not give him that right that he actually have under the Constitution, which you sworn to uphold? There's freedom of speech. There's freedom of expression. Why not give him that liberty rather than going all out? But here you say one thing, and on the reality, you guys are doing another thing. Okay? So in this country to nationhood, we have experienced the high and lows. 2020 indeed came with a lot of challenges ranging from security and economic issues across the regions to understandably protests that were mainly led by our youth and self-notice to the demand for police reform and accountability. This government heard, this government listened, and this government is committed to fulfilling the 5 demands of our youth, fully understanding that we all wish well for Nigeria. I don't know how that is, because many of the youth who protested during the NSAS protest are in prison. Many of the youth who protested during the NSAS protest are now in exile, like DJ Swish. Many of the youth who protested during that time, many of them were killed in different parts of the state. We have not forgotten on the 20th of October 2020 massacre at the Lekki toll gate. If you listened and if you heard, you would have been doing what you're doing right now. Okay? In the midst of these challenges, I had initially pledged that as your elected president and commander-in-chief, I would ensure that these ongoing challenges will be faced head-on with renewed determination and with all the appropriateness and urgency required. Your voice has been heard, and we will continue to listen to you and all the key stakeholders who are committed to the unity of Nigeria to ensure that every region of the nation is safe for us all, while guaranteeing that the future is also secure for the coming generations. Number 9 said, I wish to also use the occasion of New Year to reaffirm my commitment to the people of Nigeria, especially the youth who need our collective encouragement and support. In securing this nation, we need to secure the future of our youth. Our young people are our most valuable natural resources at home and abroad. Their ingenuity, creativity, innovations, and entrepreneurial spirit is evident to all. Many of our young people are excelling in various spheres of life, including sport, entertainment, information, communication, technology, commerce, and all globally recognized as achievers. As a government, we are committed to actively engaging with the creative energy of our young people. In this regard, we will partner with the legislature to develop an enabling environment to turn their passion into ideas that can be supported, groomed, and scaled across regions. This will create vast opportunity in fintech, agriculture, business processes, setup, and in the entertainment industry. This number 11 have become a resounding and a reputation in every of their broadcasts, whether during the Easter, during the New Year, or the 1st October broadcast, or the May 29 broadcast, or the June 12 broadcast. It has become a reputation. This they have not actually done. This they have not actually actualized. Rather, they have perpetually kept the youth out of the corridor of power. Even those ones they bring in, those ones that they have already, indoctrinated into their hall of criminality. Okay. 12 said the year 2020 will indeed be a year where we will work to reinforce the hope of fellow Nigerians in the vision of a united and progressive Nigeria. This administration will continue focusing on delivering key strategies, priority under our SEA, security, economy, and anti-corruption agenda. Some of the key priority areas we will direct our attention and strength to include on the security, the re-energizing and reorganizing the security apparatus and personnel of the armed force and the police with a view of enhancing their capacity to engage, push back, and dismantle the operation of both the internal and external extremists and criminal group waging war against our community in some part of the country. This you've not done, sir. You are always concerned about the South. We must tell you the truth. The way and manner you take action when you hear anything in the South, if you have done that to Boko Haram, to the bandits, to the Fulani Emir, to the kidnappers in the North, that's actually sliding to the South, we would have had so much insecurity as we have today in Nigeria. In the trickle of an eye, you send helicopters, you send armor tanks, you send all manner of vehicles to the north, to the southeast right now, who are already there, taking, delivery of your order on the innocent Biafra people, or the Igbos, as we call it. Okay. 14. In line with the current security challenges we are facing as a nation, I would like to reiterate the promise I made recently when over 300 of our boys abducted from government science secondary school Kankara, where we were successfully rescued by security operatives. That was they only went on a vacation, sir. Okay, the professionalism shown by our security force and the collaboration from all stakeholders across both state and the federal government that led to the successful rescue of the boys is proof that Nigeria has internal capacity to decisively deal with terror attacks on our land. Where is Leah Shaibu? Where is the remaining of the Shibu girls? Where are the people that be kidnapped along a road? What are the government done? What are the security done in this regard? So if they've done nothing, then it's a little bit troublesome for people like us to actually believe in this, your very, very statement on this one, sir. However, recognize that we rapidly have to move to a more proactive and preemptive posture to ensure that this sort of traumatic incident do not become a norm. Our administration is fully aware of the responsibility we have to protect the lives and property of Nigerians, and will not relent in learning and adapting to changing threat to our national security and civic well-being. Okay, I want to say with all due respect, Mr. President, on security you got an F9. On security you got a total F9. With all due respect from my side. Okay, it's a woeful failure on the security part of the nation. You failed woefully. You failed woefully. That should be said and should be made very clear. Okay, on the economy, our focus is on revamping the economy through the national economy diversification agenda that support the primary goal of nation food self-sufficiency. This has helped reduce the growing food-related inflationary figures and have, in considerable measure, positively impacted our food security status during the long month of the pandemic lockdown. A bag of rice is over 40-something thousand, whereas minimum wage is 30,000. Chicken was sold at the rate of 4,000. So I sometimes, when these guys talk, I don't know if they actually live in another world within the Nigerian state. I can't really understand how they think and what they are doing. So if you live in Nigeria, you understand that the inflation has increased so drastically. The life in Nigeria is becoming very worrisome and bothersome, and the people are suffering. Every good leader should step onto the street to actually listen to these people speak. Every leader of conscience should go out to the street and actually hear his people talk. There's a high level of poverty in the nation. There's a high level of insecurity in the nation. People are dying of hunger. People are dying in the hands of Boko Harams. People are dying in the hands of bandits. People are dying in the hands of kidnappers and these Fulani headers. They are squeezing away the entire resources in the nation through kidnapping. If you are not aware of that, we are not telling you. There are many people that they have kidnapped that these guys cannot even afford 100,000, but they are being asked to pay up to 5 million naira. And most of this time, what these guys have to do is to resort to borrowing, sometimes selling off their hard-earned properties to regain their freedom. In a country where you are telling us that the security is working perfectly well, in a nation where you are telling us you've done all your best and we are working at the optimal point. And sir, with all due respect, If this is your best, then we will say your best isn't good enough. In 2020, Nigeria was a failed state. The Sultan of Sokoto wails. The governors were wailing. The emirs were wailing. The Nigerians were wailing. The Northern Consultative Forum were wailing. The Southerners were wailing. The Northerners were, every part of the nation were wailing because of the yoke of the burden that they carried through 2020. In these three key areas of your administration, security, economy, and anti-corruption, we wailed. There was an heavy yoke be put on us. The pain was unbearable. Today, a dollar is 500 naira. Today, a bag of cement is at 44,000 naira, excluding transport and loading. Today, a bag of rice has increased to 43,000 naira in some part of the state. Today, a 10-liter of oil has increased drastically. That oil has now become an essential and a very, luxurious commodity. Today, onions became a gold in Nigeria. These were all under your watch, sir. Whereas the standard of living dropped to less than $1 in a day. Since the inception of Nigeria and since the coming in of insecurity in around 2010, this very particular year has proven to us that your government had failed. In the last 5 years, there is nothing actually tangible that can be pointed to your government, sir. We are also currently rebuilding our national infrastructure base and in the process introducing transformation through the rehabilitation, modernization, and expansion of the railway system, national roads and bridges both in rural and urban centers alongside the airport and the seaport. I want to also say this. The railways you build, 70% of the railways being built are built in the north. My simple question is this, Your Excellency. What is actually the production statistics of the northern Nigeria compared to the south? What is the consumption statistics of the northern Nigeria compared to the south? You need to understand that northern Nigeria is more or less like a production center, the farm. The people that actually consume the product that is being produced in the north are the southern people. The southern Nigeria are more like the developed countries of the world who rely on the production from other parts of the country into their own nation. So, when we are creating your railways from Kaduna to Abuja, from Kaduna to Katsina, from Kaduna to Niger Republic, if your goods now land at Kaduna State, how will the goods be transported to the south? You see, guys, you see what is very cheap there, because when you bring goods, let's say from Niger, for example, you bring food stuff from Niger, it lands in Kaduna State. That is the final stop through the railway. Now, when it gets to Kaduna, the price will be very relatively low because the cost of shipping or transporting via a railway is far lower than the cost of transporting via the vehicles. Now, from Kaduna State now, these goods will now be put in vehicles that will be loading towards the south. That will now skyrocket the cost in the south. So when Buhari is talking about an economy that is booming, he's actually talking about the northern Nigeria, not the south. Because to him, the south Nigeria is not actually part of Nigeria. To him, the south is not part of the Nigerian state. That's why you see, I'm calling on the southern Nigerian to start thinking together. We have more and more viable lands. We have lands that are so productive that we can actually grow anything and everything on our lands. Why is the southern Nigeria not giving this opportunity to their people by encouraging them? Even the goats that come from the north are not the kind of goat we actually eat in the south. There's this tropical rainforest goat we all know in the south, the dwarf goat. We also have cows in the south. We call it the traditional, we call it the native cow, who are very short but very fat. They have more flesh. They have more meat. They have good quality. Why can't the government of the south begin to encourage their people to go into proper farming, rather than waiting for a session of the nation to decide the cost of things in your nation? Why can't it start, since we are good at eating pigs? Why can't we all resolve to piggery as a people? Why can't they encourage and give, just the way they do in the north, give a large-scale financial support to the southern Nigerians who are actually willing to go into farming and break this barrier of depending on the north when it comes to food and animals. This is the reason why the Fulanis have taken over all our forests. If we have our own means of feeding ourselves through meat and other edible crops, I think by now there would have been a rational thinking from the northern part. But no, our leaders are dependent. Our youth have become lazy. Want to get a quick money without actually doing the needful. The reform we have put in place in the power sector would guarantee increased efficiency in our drive to significantly expand the generation and distribution of electricity for use in homes and factories. As an administration, we are currently undertaking a series of special interventions designed to boost job creation and support the entrepreneurial drive of our youth. This only happened in the north. Okay? It doesn't happen in the north. It never happened in the south. Whether it is southern leaders that are actually making us who we are, or is from the north, we don't know yet. I applied. I have a farm. I applied and never got a cover. I'll be running my farm all by myself. But in the north, they get seedlings, they get, tractors, they get everything that makes the job easier for them to farm. The government are there to assist them. But in the south, we got nothing, we see nothing, and we hear nothing from our government. In 2021, I believe there's going to be a change of attitude by the state governments in the southern part of Nigeria towards their citizens. With the recent opening of our borders, we expect that the pent-up demand of legitimate cross-border and international trade will boost the fortune of the many small businesses and agricultural enterprises that depend on Nigerian trade and commerce. The message to our West African neighbors is that Nigeria is once again fully open for those willing to conduct business in a fair and equitable way. anti-corruption, which you failed woefully also. On the anti-corruption drive of our administration, we have recorded substantial gain so far, and this year we are committed to continue along the path of eradicating corruption through collaboration with all the arms of government to effectively prosecute this fight. In corruption, sir, you failed woefully more than Goodluck Jonathan. The truth is, this government failed completely in the fight against corruption. You failed completely in the fight against corruption. While we would be working with the legislature to enact law that will strengthen this fight, we would also be looking at reviewing some of our laws which would ensure that the fight is more effective. On the part of the executive, we would ensure the diligent and timely prosecution of corruption cases while appealing to the judiciary to ensure that corruption cases are dispensed with expeditiously. The resistance of various forms of violence has meant that in the most effective part of the country, the fabric of our internal communal harmony, woven through years of investment, of effort at building trust, mutual respect, and harmony, have been threatened. That threat came as a result of your lopsidedness, sir. You cannot be treating some people bad and you think them to be happy about it. So that very particular threat is as a result of the way and manner that some part of the nation is being treated. Okay, insecurity as a challenge, as direct repercussion on our national economy stability, growth, and development, setting us back at one critical point through the distortion of public and private investment. In part of the country where chronic poverty, social exclusion, and disillusionment among section of the youth were already a problem. The cycle of violence that have been unleashed by mindless groups like Boko Haram and others have thwarted the effort of government to undertake the social policy and social investment that would make a huge difference in the quality of life of their citizens. You once supported Boko Haram. I am aware that for some of our patriots, the process we have registered since the inception of this administration is not read nearly as fast or as sufficient as they would have wished. I do not begrudge them their view in so far as they signify a wish in which we all share for only the very best of our country. Nevertheless, I call upon all Nigerians to carefully recall the circumstances of our coming to office. This guy always shift blame. He never accepts he's wrong. He never accepts that he is ever wrong. He always shift blame. He's going to shift the blame right now. Nevertheless, I call upon all Nigerians to carefully recall the circumstances of our coming to office, the fact on the ground, and the resources at our disposal since 2015 with the accomplishment of this administration. Sir, let me also shock you. In 1999, when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo came into government, Nigeria was poorer than this. The cost of oil barrel reduced drastically. The economy of Nigeria was already collapsing based on the burden that was put on it by the then military administrator, General Sani Abacha. But when Obasanjo came to power, he kicked the ground running. He did everything he could do to reduce the burden, the debt burden on Nigerians. But rather, you borrow at every opportunity that you get. Yet you complain. It's not like you're not borrowing that, okay, you're not borrowing, you're only working with what you have. You borrow every year. This year you are borrowing about 5.something trillion naira to complete your budget. You practically borrow anything borrowable, and yet you are telling us you are not moving fast because the economy isn't working. The monies that you borrow, what do you actually use them for? The billions upon billions of dollars that you borrow on a yearly basis, what are they actually meant for? If the economy is dwindling and you are borrowing to fix the economy, where are the money that you borrow, where are they actually going into? Okay, as a people, we have shown admirable resilience in the face of every adversity and unmatched capacity to recover speedily from every setback, and unparalleled generosity of spirit when we resolve our differences, and a constant readiness to invest faith and hope in the destiny we share as a united country built on the diversity of its people. I don't think right now the way Nigeria is that Nigeria is actually united. We must face the truth. If we want to get a better Nigeria, we all must face the truth. We must tell ourselves the obvious truth. We must tell ourselves what is happening. Then we can be able to know that we have a job to do. Deceiving ourselves that we are united as a people is like telling the devil that he's God. It's like telling a black man that he's a white man. It's like telling a child that he is your father. We must wake up to reality and find a way to get the solution that we actually needed, guys. In this attribute that underpin the nation spirit of can do, will do, that gave me hope that we shall yet get to destination and fulfill our calling together, especially with the solid resolution we are setting in this new year. Keeping our country on a forward march is a duty which we all have and share. In this regard, keeping our country safe from the resurgent cycle of COVID-19, as this administration finalizes its plan to procure and efficiently and effectively distribute the COVID-19 vaccine. I urge you, all fellow citizens, to observe strict COVID-19 prevention protocols. As your elected president, my people, my pledge to you is the same as it has always been. I will play my part fully and without fear or favor. I invite all of us to do the same. It is what we owe to the founding generation of our beloved country and also to the coming generation. It is what we desire for national prosperity for all our demands. Long live the Nigerian spirit of oneness, togetherness, and unity. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I wish you all a happy and a prosperous new year. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This was the statement, or wherever it is, from the president of Nigeria. Okay, guys. Now let me also go to the next news because of time. Like I said today, I'm not going to do so much. I will just go through them. Then we can all go back to our enjoyment. I know many of us didn't actually sleep early yesterday. I didn't too. But because of the love I have for you guys, and because of the love I have for my country, I will always come out and give you the best. Please, if you're just following me for the first time, please subscribe to Nigeria Watch YouTube, and also follow me on Matter Rising with Humanist TV or United Southern Nigeria to get this latest news every morning. Like I said, from this year, from today, I will be broadcasting live from my Facebook page because of the restriction that I've been getting from the Facebook. Because if they close down my Facebook, my private Facebook, I'm going to lose all my pages. Okay, it will be better. I have an issue with a page which can go, and I can also create a new one if the need arises. So, guys, just click on the share button. Then we'll continue from there. Then I'm going to go with this. Buhari government is in coma, almost dead. Bamgbose backed Bishop Kukah. Bishop Kukah, Olusegun Bamgbose, a chieftain of the new Nigerian party, have described the current administration of President Muhammadu Buhari as almost dead, and one engaged vilifying Bishop Matthew Kukah. Bishop Kukah of the Sokoto Archdiocese of the Catholic Church had, in his Christmas message to Nigerians, raised a lot of concern about the President Muhammadu Buhari government. And in his statement And his statement has since generated a lot of controversies, contributions, and crashes with the presidency, reacting sharply against what Bamgbose described as a historic and heroic address. According to the 2023 presidential hopeful, there comes a time when the government should be confronted with nothing but the bitter truth. He said that Reverend Kukah's speech was an awakening message delivered at the most appropriate time and venue. It's only an unpatriotic citizen that will keep quiet when his country is on fire. The highly revered Kukah has spoken the mind of many helpless Nigerians. Bamgbose, a Nigerian frontline lawyer, told Daily Post, is indeed an apostle of truth. It's not only brave, but very blunt. This government is a coma, almost dead. This government is in a coma, almost dead. How would a father be quiet when his children are being killed almost on a daily basis? I wonder. Attacking Reverend Kukah is not the solution. The way out is to carefully and critically appraise the point raised by him and come up with a pragmatic way of addressing the issues. No one should think of harming him for being the voice of the voiceless. Truth can be confronted, but cannot be crushed. I wonder what would have been the reaction of Buhari if Jonathan regime had won him in 2015 and the state of the nation is like this. That is a good question. To everyone who is talking, I wonder what they would have said if Jonathan actually won Buhari in 2015 and Nigeria is where we are today. As you know, they are still putting the blame of their failure, inability to do nothing on Jonathan as I speak with you. Even in his speech of this morning, he makes reference to it in paragraph 25. He makes reference to it again, trying to tell us that the problem we are facing today was not actually caused by him, but was caused by his predecessor who had left office 5 years ago. He had gotten 5 years budget, going to the 6th one right now. And yet he had not been able to solve one critical problem. What's the name of Fashola came to that and said, we are not getting light because Golo Jonathan privatized NEPA. That was his reason. That they gave them a contract that is irrevocable. Which contract on earth is irrevocable? Every contract has a clause on it. Every contract given has a clause. In Sweden, for example, the moment you get 6 months proof as telling if you are getting the job. You know what we call probation period in Nigeria? 6 months. Then the moment you get that, and if you are not fired within that 6 months, you have an automatic life contract. Automatic. You can't be fired. But there are clauses that can make the company fire you. They put it in. The law says you can't be fired anymore, but there are clauses in each of your contract that will make them to fire you. Fighting at work, stealing, not performing your duty diligently according to what is in the contract. So if Jonathan gave a contract that you think is irrevocable, there must be clause on, and this guy's a lawyer. That's the most funny part of it. He's a lawyer. He could not know there's some part of that very particular contract that they can work on if actually they are ready to make Nigeria great. But because they failed, they want to shift blame. He said in 2014, Fashola said, if they are given an opportunity that in 6 months, a presidency that cannot give light in 6 months is a failed presidency. These are still in the public domain. Today, there's no light in Nigeria. How can a nation progress when virtually everything is being done and paid for by citizens? How can you have, price of goods and services going down when I actually use generator to power my business? And today, the price of fuel have increased to 162. How? I have to put now solar. Everybody is putting solar in their homes, solar in their offices, solar in this cost them millions of naira to install and tens of thousands to maintain yearly. Okay? Reverend Kukah should not be seen as a troublemaker, but a national builder. And that if there is any Nigerian who would accuse IBB, Obasanjo, as being nepotistic, that's the truth. Who does? Has anybody come out to say Yarada was nepotic? Has anyone come to say even IBB was nepotic? Has anyone even come to say even Abacha himself was nepotic? No. In their time, they allow some level of unity to build. The unity was destroyed because of the way and manner this guy does his things. We are practically all the first 50 top government positions are being handled by one set of the country, by one set of religion. It has never happened in the history of Nigeria. It has never happened. It has never happened in the history of Nigeria. They have always been, a little way of dividing, yes, but this one is the worst that I have ever seen. They were detribalized. They were nationalists. Buhari has not deemed it noble to follow their footsteps. This is so sad and unfortunate. The reverend should receive accolade, not attack. No one should think of harming him for stating the obvious. This commercial administration of Buhari should wake up, he stated. Nobody should go after this man. This man have done all he could do. Because this truth, I want to blast this man all through. He should wake up to reality and save the Nigerian nation from collapsing. The burden of the nation is about to collapse on his head. Buhari not fit for job. I can give 20 reasons why we need leadership change for their lawmaker. Member of the House of Representatives representing Obio Akpo Federal Constituency in Rivers State, Kingsley Chinda, has said President Muhammadu Buhari lacked the capacity to solve the problems in the country. Chinda, who is the leader of the All Progressive Party House of Representatives caucus, had earlier called for the impeachment of Buhari over worsening insecurity in the country. We must give people like this some kudos. The lawmaker who spoke at the grand finale of sensitization and verification of World and Local Government Area Office of the Grassroots Development Initiative in the state, explained that his earlier call for the impeachment of the president was not out of hatred or anything personal. He said it was because it was in the best interest of Nigerians. He said, we do not hate Mr. President. He has done nothing personal to us. But we are saying that Mr. President is not fit for purpose. If we look at our country and we do nothing and keep quiet because we are afraid, because we want to please people, by the time this country collapses, we will have no other country to go to, which is the true fact there. That's what some of us are speaking today. Like I said, I know maybe one day I will just go to Nigeria, they'll pick me up at the airport for stating the obvious, for stating the truth. But should I keep quiet and allow evil to continue? The day the nation collapses on us, we all will bear the brunt. You might say, I live in Europe. You have family in Nigeria. A lot of them in Nigeria. You have family back home. So how are you going to deal with the issues of your family who will now be under the bondage of a failed state? That is what we need to cry out. So that if they can hear a little and try to do something dramatic. Because, for goodness sake, I don't actually understand. Obaseki came in 1999. It did wonders. It made Nigeria to become a debt-free state. It brought in many innovations that the government of today is still relying on. There is nothing that I've seen today that was actually started by this administration. Even the railway that is used to sing today. If you remember, Mechi said it in 2015. That if he had not gone radically, we don't know how many work that the government of Jonathan did on ground. So that I said, okay, what is this actually known for? As a retired soldier, the insecurity has increased drastically. I can give you 20 reasons why we should change the leadership in this country because we are talking about life. We don't even care about the economy. If we love ourselves, I have told my colleague, it's either the president goes or we should all be ready to go. Shinda, in a press release on December 7, 2020, called on Nigerians, irrespective of political party, tribe, and religion, to compel their representative to commence impeachment process against the president. The House of Representatives later said it would take disciplinary measures against Chida for calling for the impeachment of Buhari. Also, House Majority Leader Ado Dowogu said Chida was not representing the position of the People Democratic Party caucus of the House. End of quote. So, guys, what we are asking for today is let us have, if he can't work, if he can't do his job, the best he should do, he should resign. Is that the truth? A man that actually has integrity will resign if he knows he's actually not doing what he is expected to do. He will get up from the seat. Now, this is another one again. Like I told you today, it's going to be all about him because this is 2021. I had this planned out in a way that everything is going to be all about him to a certain level. I have lost faith in Buhari's government, says Arewa consultative forum spokesman. I have lost faith in Buhari's government, says Arewa consultative forum spokesman. The National Publicity Secretary of Arewa Consultative Forum, Emmanuel Waye, has said that he had lost faith in President Muhammadu's administration. Speaking through an interview on Channel Television Politics Today on Wednesday, Waye lamented the worsening level of insecurity in the country. How can I have faith in someone who presides over this kind of thing? I had faith in him when I followed him as a reporter, and he chased away some foreigners who were coming to kill us, he said. Today, the same foreigners are coming into our country and they're asking us to abort them. Today, for you to know there is an agenda in 1970-something. Buhari chased away the Chads who invaded some part of Nigeria. with his men. They chased them into their country, killing them. Today, the same man is telling us to accommodate Nigerians, to accommodate all the Fulanis coming from other parts of Africa into our land, killing us, and it does nothing, say nothing. That's why some people are saying there's something wrong with the head of Buhari today. If Una cannot say Buhari is dead, don't be surprised. Because things like this can make anyone to say that. When he was coming to be president, I had faith in him. I witnessed how successful this man was in chasing enemy out of our country in 1983. But now, 3,000 kidnapped in his own state. While noting that the entire north isn't secured, Waye said no northerner is happy with the pace of killing and attack in the region. For the Arewa foreign spokesman, fear has gripped him now that he no longer feels safe traveling to his home state, Taraba, following the frequent report of killing and attack. I can't go to my home state of Taraba. The whole place is in chaos. They are killing people every day. That one is not publicized because there is no oil in Taraba. All over the north, there is insecurity. I have never felt unsafe like I feel now. What can I say? You have seen what is happening to our people here dead. Insecurity has been a burning issue in the country following attack and killing ranging from banditry, terrorism, armed robbery, among several other security threats. The National Assembly had recently passed a vote of no confidence on the service chiefs, calling on President Buhari to replace them and overall the national security architecture. This is the same man that is saying he had done well. This same man that is saying he had done well, but his own people are saying he had actually failed them. So I don't know what to say about such a man. Look at the news of today. Everybody is actually out for Buhari. They are against him. His people are against him. The South are against him because he had failed every part of the nation woefully. Okay, the next news we have today is Nigerian lambast Buhari army as Boko Haram murder 5 Christians in Adamawa. This is a continuous thing. It's a continuous thing, guys. Okay. Nigerians have again expressed anger and frustration over the helplessness of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led Nigerian government to stop the abduction and killing in the northeast by the Boko Haram terrorists and the Islamic State West African province accomplices. The ISWAP fraction of Boko Haram on Wednesday released another chilling gruesome video in which it further executed 5 residents of Adamawa believed to be Christians. Then when we talk about this, they will say we are instigating. Christians are being killed by the day. They are being raped by the day. The government does nothing, say nothing. Leah Shaibu is still in the captivity of the Boko Haram as we speak. She has been vandalized. From what we heard, she has even put to bed for one of the commandants of the Boko Haram. These victims were abducted on Christmas Eve in the Garkida area of Adamawa and were subsequently murdered and filmed by the terrorists. A number of Nigerians lamented that instead of the armed force and the presidency to channel their energy on this rising insecurity, the military have been busy hunting the Nnamdi Kanu recently launched Eastern Security Network, while the chronic of the presidency have been attacking Bishop Kukah for raising concern over the insecurity situation in the country. For instance, on Twitter, Modele Yanju using Shewa said, as their handle said, now, where are the critics of Bishop Kukah? Everyone is hibernating, not saying a word to oppose these killers, busy having nightmare over Eastern Security Network proposals. These killers have become a major cash cow for God knows who. Judgment time is nearer than they think. Similarly, one Smith Ken said, "Tell me why I should continue to go to church when those who gave us Christianity are keeping quiet in the face of this religious cleansing." That's the truth. The church is too quiet for my liking in Nigeria. Augustine Okoloisi said, if Christians do this to Muslims, how would they feel? I know how they will react. I know how they react to Donald Trump antagonistic behaviors. Our Christian religion leaders, apart from Apostle Suleiman Bishop, but I really don't know the names to call them. Khan is the most useless religion body. David Abel said, may their soul rest in peace. The killers and those killed are under the same embrace of death. The only difference is the time. Therefore, it is not a victory for them. Life is a brief candle, more like a walking shadow, a mere stage where each play a role judged for good or evil. Kadura said, I thought Buhari was supposed to pay them ransom as he did for Kakara boys, or are these ones not Nigerians? My sister, my brother, that is the reality we find ourselves. Some people are more better than some people in Nigeria. That's what we're saying now. What Alulu Ike said on the comment section, I'm going to read some comment section now. Boko Haram have been killing Nigerians' army as if they are chickens. The army did not deploy all troops to avenge the death of their colleagues. Eastern Security Network is on their own, and they jump as if it is Boko Haram you guys have seen. Nigeria need iron hand, that's all. The Igbo in the north, greatest fear, very clear. Iman, she said, until we change the name Nigeria to pieces, we will continue to wallow in agony, swallowed into ethnicity, religious disparity, and religious jigoism. One indeed in GDK favor, Uwanshuku said, Eastern Security Network is a problem, useless and clueless government. Bamidele Aderomu said, I give Northern Nigeria the next 10 years and Somalia would be like Europe to compare to that useless blood-sucking region. S.A. Dankano said, this is annoying. This is heartbroken. This is a big crime against humanity. How on earth could a sane human being take this drastic decision and took the life of this innocent Nigerian? The act is totally un-Islamic. But what are you guys doing to stop it? One Eva Solomon said, if Kankara boys kidnap and release, we are not stage managed as we reasonable souls told are still telling the world. Why hasn't late Buhari presidency rescue those kidnapped victims as they quickly did to Kankara boys? Or are they telling us that other kidnapped victims are not worthy to be released? I pity any gullible soul praising this Morada Kaba for anything. Reverend Bamidele said, God judged Satan and found him guilty of high treason. It was an unforgivable sin. Yet, in his wisdom, God suspended the sentence and left Satan to roam about, so that he may use him to prove the heart of men and separate the genuine fake from fake ones. So that is the news on that. people that were killed, and nothing was said, nothing was done by this presidency. Okay, guys, the last news I'm going to have for you today is on Edo State, alleged forgery. Alleged forgery. UI alumnus unearthed old group photo of Obaseki as UI student in 1977. Okay, I think I have some videos, some pictures I need to show you guys here. Okay, an alumnus of the University of Ibadan, Professor Antonio Morige, has released photograph of Governor Godwin Obaseki as a student at UI in 1977, as well as the page on the university convocation brochure containing the governor's detail, further dispelling rumors that the governor never attended or graduated from Nigerian Premier University. In the post on his Facebook page, Professor Morige identified the governor in the group photograph, noting that the photo was that of Egosa Hold Boys at UI at that time. This is the photograph we are talking about there. And where the arrow is there, that is Governor Enogasa Obaseki as at that time at the University of Ibadan. Okay, other persons in the photograph, according to him, are the former Vice Chancellor of Ibadan University, Okada, Professor Egosa Osage, Professor Larry Edosoma, and Innocent Odigwe, among others. According to him, I'm not a politician. I belong to the academia. So I am expected to be on the path of truth. This picture I am sharing now may not be in the archive of the governor of Edo State. It's SLSA Governor Obaseki. This photo was taken in 1977 at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. It is a group photo of some Egosa boys at the University of Ibadan at the time. I wasn't one of them. However, I was close to the guys in this photo, either as all-mate, area mate in Benin, or, of course, as member of Federated Union of Benin Students. He added, the governor, Mr. Obaseki, is the third from the right. Other are Professor Egosa Osage, former VC, Ibadan University Okada, also an in-law. First from right, Professor Larry Edosoma, a colleague at AAU, who were in the same faculty at UI, Innocent Odigwe, squatting, to mention but a few. I was in UI for my undergraduate studies between 1979, 76, and 81. All the people here graduated at various times, depending on the course of study. He noted that the second attachment is an extract from the brochure of graduates in the year the governor got admitted to the degree of BA Art. Adding that the second name was a colleague of his when he was staffer at Delta State University, Abraka. I am not for sure the mouthpiece of the governor. However, we can't just stand and watch our mandate being called to question through Lucifer's part. Any misrepresentation that may be in this write-up is solely mine. He added. So, guys, this is it. This is just a news for the day. I just want to bring this out to you that the forgery case against Obaseki is still on, and every time that there are news information that are coming out, I will get it across to you, and we'll wait for the court to have the final decision. Thank you, guys. I want to say a very, very happy new year. A very happy new year to all of you out there. And I wish you a very wonderful year 2021 as we move closer and closer to actualizing our destinies and bringing to bear what we hope to do in this year 2021. As you know, the year has already started. Hours have left the year, and it's no more 365 days left for the year. So we are moving forward, and we are believing strongly that this year will mark another great and a more functioning, more workable nation for Nigeria. And before I go on to encourage the Southern Nigeria, this is a time, this is a year we must build formidable force to stand against every plan of the people who are actually bent on taking away our own right from us. Okay, guys. Now, what you guys need to do in this year is to put your differences aside. Bury your all your hatred, all your grievances with 2020. Come into 2021 with a clean slate of changing the South for a better nation. We are under siege. We are under siege. We are under siege by some element imported from other parts of Africa. We are under siege. If you go to our forests today, the Fulani herders have completely taken over our forests. If you go to every part of the South, we are under siege, guys. I read the news to you, or a story, my experience with the kidnapper by one ghost time, Boko. I'm going to do it again tomorrow because I don't want to take so much of your time today, because today is a year that we all need to celebrate. Today is a day that we all need to celebrate and be happy, having been able to cross over the new year. We're not consumed by coronavirus. We're not consumed by the hardship that was actually, going around the entire nation. I will say thank you today. Have a blessed and a wonderful day. Bye for now. Please don't forget to subscribe to Matter Rising with Humanist TV or United Southern Nigeria as we continue to deliver and give you the best of the best. Thank you, guys. God bless you. See you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. in the morning as we continue in the show. Have a blessed day. Bye for now, guys.